Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching. Thanks for joining me. And today I brought a industry, the latest benchmark, which called humanities last exam. Like, what is HL, right? So when what is HL? It's like the benchmarks are very important tools to track how the LLM's capabilities, how the LLMs are performing it, right? How they are safe in terms of like giving the answer which is not hallucinating. So the benchmarks keeping a kind of like a industry standards which each new large language model or multimodal LLMs are trying to achieve the accuracy into the benchmarks. So it's a kind of like a MMLU. It's a new benchmark for mathematical reasoning, right? The state of art LLM's capabilities. It's understand like what kind of like the uh, difficulty of the mathematical question is being asked and how it's been responded. Similarly, the humanities last exam, a multimodal benchmark, right? So it's kind of like a human expert who has to be uh, gonna be sit and asking posing a different uh, questions and with a combination of a text and image and voice, and they have that kind of like 2700 challenging questions across the 100 different subjects, and they release this data set of these questionnaires, and they maintain the test those questionnaires, and then they upload them into the Google Form to the LLMs, like how this LLM has been performed. So so this is a latest benchmark. So if you see here, right, even the new release of GPT-4o, they mentioned that like how this benchmark perform in their once the humanities last exam, right? It's clearly they're talking about the accuracy. If you look at the accuracy, it's somewhere else like 3.3, right? So open a o3 mini, it has 13% the ones, and OpenAI Deep Research is past 26.6. It means like it's how out of this benchmark gonna be for the new trend of state of art LLMs with has a multimodal capabilities with mixture of experts architecture. So let's why it's needed, right? Why it has to pass it? Because whenever you interact with the LMs, large language models, it's going to be hallucinated, and it might be not able to give you the correct context information, because it might not be expert in the particular area of it. But this kind of like queries and set of like questionnaires which they prepare, they test those hard enough to the AI models, and how they are performing, where they are losing it, and how their capabilities gonna looks like. So this is accuracy of LLMs across the benchmarks. If you look at that HLE, GPT-4 is been less, and O1 is performing well, and Max and MMLU. So you can understand how hard this is going to be in the model. Now, HLE is a global collaborative efforts with the questioners from nearly 1,000 subject experts contribute with the from a 500 institute across the 50 countries, and they it's a combination of professor, researchers, and graduate degree holders. Okay, if you look at this particular question, right? So hummingbirds within epito forms uniquely have a bilaterally paired oval bone, right? So it's trying to ask like uh, how many paired tendons are supported by this season-made postpone the answer with a number. So this is a kind of like a the question is asked to the AI models, and it's required a unique expertise understanding to give this answer. So it's required the deep understanding about like on ornithologist, right, who is the right person gonna answer it. But this set of the questions is makes the large language models be more expertise and have the better agentic performance the ones. That's where like the answer is goes and gives us a 5. If you look at this accuracy results, right, how the frontier models are being currently performing, right, and if you look at they're gonna be a significant area of the improvement because they have still have the gap for the current LLMs when you compare to the expertise level academic capabilities, right? So this kind of like closed set of the questionnaires, which is developed by the more than 1,000 contributors across the globe, is going to help the LM models to be more accurate in terms of like how they are gonna perform into the expert level capabilities. And the calibration error is given very low performance in on a humanities last exam, right? The model is calibrated and recognize their uncertainty rather than confidently providing the incorrect answers. Because if you look at like if LMs is going to hallucinate more, so the less LMs has been hallucinated, and that's a better way of like being into the agentic world where you give certain tasks to your agent and it's performed in a very accurate manner rather than hallucinating and giving it a confidence scoring, right? So if you look at like ChatGPT o4 is like the accuracy is like 3.1, it's less, and o mini is pretty high, and the calibration error is 92.8. So DeepSeek is still, if you look at here, it's been hallucinating in their answers, which you can we can see that as well, but the accuracy is pretty high there. So this is a new benchmark to make the LLMs be more um, um, in terms of the expertise level of capabilities to bring to the LLMs. Okay, so furthermore, the current LLMs is in low in accuracy, but in going into the near terms with the set of that questionnaires, it's gonna be improve their accuracy levels. That means it's gonna have those verifiable questions and cutting edge scientific knowledge is gonna be provided to the LLMs, and this is gonna be brings the artificial general intelligence. So we stop calling AI in the future. We should start calling as like AGI, artificial general intelligence. That's new way, right? How this agent is gonna be think act like a humans. So whenever someone calls you like, hey, what happening AI, you just say like AGI is a new one. So here is like very important URLs which I kept in here. So if you would have a time, right, I'm gonna post this important URLs into my YouTube channel as well. This is a data set and GitHub link, and you have the Hugging Face repository with the data set, and the Center of AI Safety has been there, and the, the scientific paper being released on this benchmark. And thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe for the more content videos.